Hello YouTube, welcome back to another war video. So I'm just going to be posting this video now. It's very early, the war's still going, so I don't know the final result. What I'll do is I'll put a comment on the bottom of the video after the war's finished and let people know the final scenario. But I want to just get it out there, put it out there now, just so I can kind of have it done and I can kind of forget about it. So we've got Cosmic Ghost Rider, Red Magneto, and Diablo in the team. Diablo in the team means one thing: I'm getting Hazard Shift, and it's probably a Skrull. The bands there you could see, so it was Quake, Ghost, and Hercules, I believe. And we're coming up against Blacks, who are currently 3-0 for the season. A former Alliance mate in Beroman is also there, so shout out to Beroman. Really hope he has a good war and a good season. And you're going to see here that we see his Jabari straight away on Path 9. Luckily this war we don't touch this. We've come up against this Cosmic Ghost Rider, which seems to be a little bit of a trap. It caught one of the other battle groups out, and we have a different way around it. So we got a Alliance mate to put on the Odin pre-fight. So Gemric, shout out to you, appreciate the fact that you brought in Odin so that we can make my fights that a little bit easier. Path 8 got changed this season. I think it's probably the first time I've touched it in terms of in-season, and now it's more all about the rich get richer and the kind of buff potential nodes rather than stupid heal block that was everywhere and just wound people up. So you're going to see me here mid boosting. We dropped a death very early. I think we dropped a couple of deaths quite early, especially before they died. We were a couple down. So going to go into this fight here. You can see the Odin pre-fights there. The rich get richer, the nullify ability, so mystics are highly reduced on these nodes. So I'm going to go in with Magneto. The plan here is to let the metal sort of like stick, and then we're going to be just parrying heavy in all the way up to special 3, and then once we get to the special 3 we fire that and fight over. The only buffs CGR gets this whole match is the unblockable on his special 1 every time. Don't know whether that can be affected by ability accuracy or not, but it didn't get it in any way, shape or form this whole fight. And apart from that, you can see there we're going pretty steady. The reason why people can die on this node is because if you start hitting them with champions and they start getting the buffs and all the furies add up for Cosmic Ghost Rider, eventually, because he's duped, he will put the degen on you and you can die. But you can see the Magneto with my bleed suicides on for this fight just absolutely crushed it. 100%, no bothers, no worries. And then we're going to go into this Void. So for people who've watched my recent videos, last war I died to Void. This was very unfortunate. Couple of issues. Well, that's what, again, I'm not going to go into it, but that's what compensation's for. And me being a scrub, I just need to learn how to adapt to it a little bit better. But it happens, we move on. So this time we're going to go into it. We managed to hit the parry heavy, which was pretty sweet. We didn't hit that first parry, but he manages to then throw a heavy and we get out of it without dexing. So I'm going to throw the special 2 now. This time it connects. He doesn't react quick enough to block, thank God. We get a poison, which gives him the heavy fury. But because of the suicides, even with the 8% and the 150 boost this time, I was able to get up to the special 3, which is what I wanted last war. And you can see there, it was overkill, thank God. Void's dead. It was a little bit nervous. I was sat there next to the missus, and I was like, you're gonna have to leave me alone for 30 seconds. Just need to get this fight done. Died to it last war. Can't let that happen again. Because I'll be honest, we as an alliance, we just don't seem to be anywhere close right now in terms of what we have been for the last few seasons, and it's disappointing to say, but it's just what it is. It looks like there's some very strong alliances competing this season, especially because of the increased rewards. But again, we're doing okay. We're winning wars even if we're having a bad day. So next up, section 2 is this rich get richer again. The only thing to notice on this node is that it has the underlying something node. And what that does is every buff that Angela has, it actually lowers my defensive ability accuracy by 10%. So it was just a thing of making sure my parry's stuck so that I wouldn't get punished if I tried to parry, it didn't work, and then she whacked me. So that was the other reason for throwing the invuln. I just didn't want to basically use 4 power start 1s in one war, because the way it was kind of going and the way that we all kind of had it planned was that section 1 would obviously be power start 1 to get through Cosmic Ghost Rider, to get through Void. Then we come into section 2, and again I'd power start 1 to get through this Angela and Red Skull quicker, and then I'd power start 1 to get through Ultron at the fastest pace that we could, and then I'd need to power start 1 again, because I wouldn't be able to swap my masteries and stuff over quick enough and do the fights between then the next mini boss. So I know it's confusing people. I'm doing 2 mini bosses. That hasn't happened so far this season. It's nice that people still have the faith to be able to let me do them. But you can see there, Angela's cleaned up pretty easily. She has nothing special on a special 3 that can do any lasting damage to me. So then I check Red Skull's abilities too, and he can apply a power drain and give himself more armor ups. But I'm not really terrified of that. That's fair enough. If he wants to power drain me, let him power drain me. I'm not incredibly bothered. Red Skull will start with armors, and as you can see here, he does start with the Unstoppable. So I managed to at least be switched on enough to catch that. And again, this fight's going to be go up to the special 3, throw that with Magneto, and we're all done. He's obviously a bit of a cheat code, and a bit of cheese for any metal champion on the map still, because the ability accuracy reduction can affect unstoppable armor, and a lot of metal champs fall under that category. So we're going to be going into this fight, like I said, and it's just pretty simple. I was conscious of whether his Rich Get Richer would actually activate and he'd start gaining power naturally, but he doesn't at any point. I prefer to bait the special 1s if I can, so I just start to build up my prowess here, and he throws it pretty much straight away, which is nice. So I just punch him a couple of times just to give him a little bit of a teaser of what's going to happen next, and I'm going to crunch him up into a ball, spit him out, and just watch him bleed to death. So that's then this next fight here. So again, about 1:10 I think it was altogether. As you can see, with the beta being on for the end screen thing, I don't currently have that on at the moment. I had it on for a while, but then it was like bugged when it first came out, and it was all weird, so I just never put it back on. So going into this Safeguard mini, Vigorous Assault Ultron. So at this point, I'm looking at my boost, and I'm like, do I really want to use another grade boost? Loyalty's already tough enough for people. You can see I'm umming and ahhing over it. I was like, right, I've not been hit all war. I've been doing okay. Let's just go for it. Let's save myself 10k loyalty. As long as I don't die, no one's really going to shout at me or moan at me. So we should be fine. Again, I've been pretty smooth this war, not really had any issues. So I'm like, right, let's go for it. Tell myself after about 30 seconds we're good. Do this first parry heavy, like, right, nice. Bang. Yep, take some hits to the face. That was good fun. So now I'm on the edge and I'm like, well, okay, I was a little bit confident. Obviously, it didn't need to be. Try not to take any more hits, please. That would be brilliant. If I can get through a war without having to use any potions, save myself them loyalty costs. I know a lot of people in the other high like tier 1, and I think even people in lower tiers are also doing these like loyalty calculator things to check how much they're spending, so they can just see exactly how much it's going to cost and kind of not prove Kabam wrong, but just show that our calculations as users compared to their calculations as people that just make the game is slightly different. And we're going to hit the parry here and then throw the special 3. So because of my mastery build with the max pacify, ability accuracy is 100% less, and I bypass the safeguard, and Ultron's dead. So that's another full attack bonus. That's pretty nice. Going to Hazard Shift Scroll here. Now, I've only ever done this with big boosts on before, because I only did it a couple of seasons, like last season, and wars were very close, and it was a new fight, and I was nervous, but this time I just went with medium boosts. I'm going to change my masteries here, but I'm going to cut it out because I don't want to make you lot suffer through watching. So I finish my masteries, go back to the home screen, and click on War Attack again. So I've got my pre-fight on, which is the Nullify pre-fight. I'm going to be putting on a 200% Mystic and also a 12% Mystic special boost. I believe it's 12. Let me just check. I only did this fight a couple of hours ago. Yeah. So it was the 12%. And then I'm going to use another advanced power start 1. So that's 2 of them for this war and an invuln. And we go into this fight. So the main thing to remember about Skrull is that when he hits, you need to kind of take a hit into the block, bait the heavy, and then hit him. And just kind of pray for RNG's sake that he doesn't constantly proc Unstoppable. Once he gets to 5 buffs, he can't get any more, so at that point you're safe. So here, get the heavy attack, throw an attack into him, he instantly gains an armor up and the Unstoppable. So it's like, right, okay. He's on 3 buffs, so now he's on 4 buffs, now he's on 5. So I know that now I should be safe. There he got an Unstoppable from the global, so that's fine. He throws a special 1, and normally I get that trick perfect. Sadly there didn't happen, and it's just kind of going this way. So now he gets the Unstoppable, and I was waiting for him to put Falter on me while I had a special 3. What this will do is it'll force him back, it'll give him a bar of power, put on this nasty bleed, start my nullified abilities to feed the Mystic Dispersion too, and it'll just make him sort of take a step back while also having an Unstoppable. So you can see there, I hit it perfect. He then gains another Unstoppable from his armors. He then got another one from the global, another special 2 in a second when he dashes at me, and the fight is done. So it's about a minute of a fight, even with the medium boost that I had on, the suicides plus the Mystic Dispersion. And you can see there, that's 2 mini bosses down, no potions used, and you can see me there quite happy that I've managed to do it. Again, it's just unfortunate. This is the score right now in War, so it's very, very, very close. Again, I'll put the updates in the comments, but thank you very much for watching. Good luck to Blacks for the rest of the season, and I hope you enjoyed. Thank you very much.